Hi, Sagittarius, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for January 6th through 12th, 2020. Sagittarius, this week we have the Cancer full moon on the 10th, along with a lunar eclipse. And full moons bring forth a manifestation, completion, fulfillment of some kind. And for many of you, this will be attached to the Cancer new moon eclipse that took place last July in 2019. So think back in your mind what was going on in July. What were you planning? What were you thinking about? What was changing in your life? What energetic seeds of intention were you trying to sow for yourself? Because there is some sort of manifestation or completion for many of you attached to that new moon. For others of you, it's this manifestation is attached to a different new moon, and it will come forth, so I have left a link for a moon calendar so that you can look at all the new moons and full moons of 2020, as well as go back to 2019 and just see what's manifesting, and then look back at when the new moons were in 2019, and you'll be like, oh my goodness, like I see the connection there. I see the correlation of what's happening right now. So there is some sort of manifestation. And Sagittarius, I just have to tell you this as well. There are 6 eclipses this year, and they are happening in your sign. You have a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. In fact, you guys have the total solar eclipse on December 14th, which is your new moon, the last new moon of the year, the last eclipse of the year, and it's going to be incredibly powerful. I have actually done a reading on the eclipses for 2020. And I've left a link below if you haven't watched that yet. I highly recommend, just because you guys are going to feel these eclipses this year. So Sagittarius, let's take a look and see what your overall energy is for this week. Ooh, you guys have the Falcon. So you are filled with fire. You are empowered. You are energized. You are charged up with this Cancer full moon. And you know what? You're the last fire sign that I'm reading for. Aries and Leo look to be very empowered. So this Cancer full moon, even though it's a water moon, empowering the fire signs, at least through these readings. And so Sagittarius, this week you're really rising above, and you're seeing things from a different perspective. You're being filled with optimism and hope, and you're excited for the future and what's up ahead, and things that were holding you down and holding you back. Like you don't feel those weights anymore. You are seeing solutions, or you're coming up with ideas, or you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Like you're just being filled with optimism and hope and happiness. So this full moon and eclipse, I feel, is very energizing and restoring for you. Let's see what else is coming out here. All right, so we have work. To love life through labor is to be intimate with life's innermost secret. Ooh, Sagittarius. So many of you, this eclipse energy is starting in January, but throughout the whole year, because you guys are having these eclipses happen for you as well. A lot of you, it's around your work or your career, like a lot of changes taking place there. Or, if you've been really wondering, what is my path? I'm not happy in my current profession. What would I be good at? What should I do? That's all going to start becoming very clear for you, Sagittarius. Some of you, all of this is now taking place starting this week, or between now and the middle of February, full moon to full moon. But you're receiving the direction, the guidance, the motivation, the light at the end of the tunnel. Something's opening up for you guys with this full moon and Cancer lunar eclipse. Also with the lunar eclipse, it's like soul truths coming up from the depth of you. So that could have something to do with it, Sagittarius. So very positive energy around work and changes in career for you. Now, if this is not about, a change, and that's just not in the forecast for you or doable at this time. Spirit's really asking you to look at your job in a whole different perspective, a spiritual perspective. You know, whether you love or hate your job, it's what pays your bills right now. It's what provides for you. And, you know, there was a time that I had to take a job where, oh my gosh, I just barely, like, it was so it's such a drop in pay from what I was used to, and I had to have a job, so I had to take it. And you know, for my resume, I had to be there for a while. I couldn't job hop, and I just, oh, I hated it every day, and I would cry. And, you know, there did come a point where I realized, you know, this is taking care of me. It's not, it doesn't feel like enough, and it doesn't feel like what I'm worth, but this is providing for me right now. And I switched my perception to that and felt gratitude every day for my job providing for me, you know, helping pay my bills, put food on my table, and, you know, things began to shift for me. So sometimes we have to, you know, be in a job that doesn't pay us what we're worth or see us for our value, because there's some spiritual lesson that is gained in that process. And some of you may have been going through that, all right? So just keep that in perception when you're experiencing that. But ultimately, Sagittarius, I feel like most of you, this is a big, beautiful change coming to the career sector. And if you don't need to switch career paths, it could be a new job on the horizon, or you're going to get a promotion, or there's a nice raise, or some sort of expansion going on for you. Ooh, and now my door is opening. Sorry, my daughter got home. They'll just walk by quietly, but that's a nice positive synchronicity right there for you, Sagittarius. An unexpected door opening for you. I like that. Okay, let's see. We have the moon. Ooh, yeah. So these eclipses throughout 2020 are going to impact you a great deal and shake things up, change things, shift things in, shift things out. But it's all for the betterment of you, the Falcon rising like the sun. So go with it. Highly recommend you watch the 2020 eclipses reading I did, just because we have that coming out for you guys. Oh yeah, yes, Tower, there you go. This is eclipse right there all day, and you got the sun and the moon and the Tower. Ooh, this is your year. This is your year, Sagittarius. The world right there. Oh my goodness. Rider of water, yeah. You are changing at the soul. And last out is, look at that, Spirit of Stone. Resources. Oh. Sagittarius, you do not have a single minor arcana. I know court cards are in the minor arcana. These would be court cards, but as far as energies, like, you know, movement changes, no, you don't have that. So the minor arcana are passing energies. You have 3 major arcanas, very intense, heavy-hitting arcanas. These are energies that are changing, that stay with you, all right? So these eclipses, Sagittarius, this year, your whole life is going to change in big, big ways. You've got the Tower in the world attached to the eclipses that are going on. The first one happens this week on the 10th, and it impacts you. And I know when you're new moon, it's like May or June, your new moon. That's when an eclipse is in your sign, and then that, I'm sorry, it's the full moon. The full moon is May or June for you guys. Okay, so a lot of what's you started last year around your new moon, which is when the sun is in your sign in Sagittarius season, there will be a manifestation for you around May or June. And then at the end of this year, Sagittarius, there is that, you know, total solar eclipse with your new moon, the last eclipse of 6 for this year. Haven't had 6 since 2011. Major changes for you guys. Anything that you want to change about yourself, your life, your job, your habits, your behavior, your relationships, you name it, you can change it this year with these eclipses. You are so empowered for that. You are being set up for that. You've been working on a lot of soul growth and evolution, throughout 2018, throughout 2019, and major cycles now completing for Sagittarius, and it starts this week with this first eclipse for you guys. I mean, those of you who do cards and you understand the eclipses, you know what that means. So Sagittarius, this is the year for major change, major transformation, but empowering you, uplifting you, evolving you, expanding you, all right? And many of you, it's attached specifically to your job and career. This is general, so apply it where it fits, but with the Rider of Water, that's you, like think of a butterfly. You're the caterpillar. The cycles are completing. You're coming out of the cocoon. You are a new version of yourself. Spirit of Stone. And this new version of you is very permanent, longevity, going with you for like the next decade, okay? Ooh, Sagittarius, what a deep reading just for a weekly. Okay, let's pull you some advice. Teacher, I have the divine wisdom of the universe within me, and I openly share it with the world. So whatever this is for you around your career, here is your spiritual team giving you encouragement, giving you guidance, saying push forward, try something new, expand your talent, your gift, your hobby, whatever it is, do it. Sagittarius, this is the year where you will have major success. And I can tell you this, I am a Sagittarius moon, and last time we experienced the eclipses in Sagittarius, I believe it was like back in 2012, I think. It shook my life up, okay? I know these eclipses, when it's, in your sign, it's very empowering for sun and moon. So Sagittarius, sun and moon, because you have a lunar and solar eclipse going on this year. But this is the year for you, Sagittarius, to really make change, and change is naturally occurring in your life, especially around career. You're ready to, become a new version of yourself and share your talent, your gift, your ability with the world, have a lot of success this year. So you are so empowered. What a wonderful reading for you guys. Those are your, and again, watch those 2020 eclipse reading I did just because I see this here. Woo! All right, Sagittarius, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.